there, folks, and welcome into tonight's video. So first off, I am going to be sharing some information in this video. Some of this is publicly known information. Some of this might not be publicly known information. And all this is very important in this video in kind of what's going on in the market right now. And what we have going on, and there's some big stuff. That's all I'm going to say. There's some big stuff that I'm going to share in this video. And like I said, some of this is publicly known, but not really understood. And some of this, let's just call it, isn't really, let's just call it on the DL type stuff. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And also, if you're looking to join the best program in the world as far as learning how to stock market invest, how to look at financial statements, how to read all this stuff, how to understand stocks at a high level, and join the most exclusive Discord chat out there, check out pinned comment down there. Alrighty, guys, first up here, so I just wanted to show you guys this here. So this is 2022 so far, and kind of how far we are from 52-week high. Now, this was done, these calculations were done about an hour or two before the market closed, so, you know, it could be a slight difference here and there, but this basically shows you 2022 here versus 2018. So 2018, as far as the bottom, IWM, we bottomed about 27% down off all-time highs. QQQ was about 23%, SPY was 20%, and the Dow was about 18%. So compare that to 7% roughly so far for the Dow, about 9.9% for the SPY, which once again, we're still on pace for the worst January in the history of the stock market as of right now, just so you guys know. QQQ is down 15.5% off all-time highs. In 2018, we were 23% off. IWM, 21% off so far. And once again, in 2018, we were 27% off of all-time high at the bottom, okay? Now, something very important to remember here is this has happened much more quickly than kind of what happened in 2018. 2018 was kind of a grind. This is just a straight off the cliff, basically, because this IWM number, you know, that's been in a matter of a couple months now, or basically since November. The QQQ, that's basically just come down the past month. Like all that is basically in the past month or so. Same thing with the SPY, okay? Now, if we remember Professor Cole, okay, Mr. Cole, he told us, you know, they don't want to be saved. Don't save them. Well, no one told that to Apple, apparently, because Apple is single-handedly trying to save the entire flippin' flapjack and stock market right now, okay? I don't know if you guys saw Apple's numbers, but this is insane. $2.10 versus $1.89 was expected EPS. Revenue came in with a $5 billion beat on revenue. My goodness, guys, I mean, nothing short of extraordinary. They beat on iPhone by about $3 billion. Services revenue, that's one product they beat by about $3 billion. Just insane, okay? Services revenue was up to $19.5 billion versus $18.6 billion was expected. That's a huge beat there. Other product revenue came in at $14.7 billion. Mac revenue was great. The only bad number you could find in the whole earnings report was iPad revenue. $7.25 billion versus $8.8 billion was expected. Gross margin was phenomenal, 43.8% versus 41.7%. And everything I just showed you right there, that's not even the most important thing. There's two things basically that are way more important than what I just showed you there. Because these numbers here, this could be looked at as, oh, it's just an Apple-specific thing, so, you know, maybe the stock market won't get saved. Well, keep in mind, Apple's the biggest weight out there in the stock market, so if their numbers are good, it's gonna help out the stock market in general. But there's other things that happened and were said by Tim Cook that is basically Apple is saving this entire stock market right now, okay? So Apple CEO Tim Cook did provide a forward-looking data point in an interview with CNBC's Julia Boorstin. He said, quote, "What we expect for the March quarter is solid year-over-year revenue growth," Cook said. "And we expect supply chain constraints in the March quarter to be less than they were in the December quarter." And they talked about that a little bit more on the conference call as well, okay? This is important. If you're wondering why this is so dang key, essentially, in this situation, is there's a worry out there about, well, what about this upcoming quarter? A company's going to miss numbers for next quarter, because everybody's always forward-looking in the stock market. So it's always about the next quarter, not just the past quarter, right? And so it's great that all these numbers were phenomenal for the past quarter, but it's about the next quarter, okay? So the fact that Tim Cook's going out there and he says, hey, we're going to have solid year-over-year revenue growth, that means Apple's likely still has really, really nice numbers coming in. So that is great, okay? But actually much more important than that is this statement right here. And we expect supply chain or supply constraints in the March quarter to be less than they were in December. And they kind of reiterated that on the conference call. This is something where people are going to look at and say, okay, the supply chain disaster is starting to get better. And we should see this play out as 2022 goes along. And so that's great news. I mean, that is great news because that should be able to bring down a lot of cost. Because what we've seen is basically because of the supply constraints and because of the supply chains being messed up, we've had things like even like transportation costs go off the charts. Even getting a container, was like 5x or 10x. Like it was ridiculous. Okay. And so the fact that the supply chain is starting to get fixed and Apple is willing to come out here and say, hey, things are looking better as far as that goes. This is huge for the stock market, okay? This is absolutely massive, and this is why you see futures already jumping. We'll see if that holds, obviously, in this sort of market that's downtrending and we're on pace for the worst January ever. No one trusts any move that the stock market makes right now. However, that's why the market's moving. This is why it is such a huge deal. And as far as Apple stock goes, it ended up finishing out extended hours up 4+%. So yeah, Apple is coming in to save the day. But like I said, it's not just because the numbers were great. It's really because of that guidance number there and ultimately supply chains getting in a much, much healthier place, guys. So that is huge there. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this. Robinhood crashes after earnings report. Oh my gosh. Robinhood, I saw it even hit a 9 in front of it. Robinhood, they still got 2 more insane comp years or comp quarters to try to, come in with something respectable. I don't think Robinhood's still in a good place. I'm still not interested in buying Robinhood even at $9. I mean, I don't know. It would probably have to go to $4 or $5 for me to actually say, oh, okay, let me throw some money in Robinhood. It's just, and even then, I'm still not convinced I want to be in Robinhood for the long term. They've had so many issues there. Man, ugly situation. Okay. Now I saw this. Okay. And then we're going to get to some information that is not really so publicly available, okay? But I don't know if you guys saw this here. So shorting Cathie Wood just hit an all-time high. Look at this. SARK, the anti-Ark ETF that serves as a shorting tool for the Ark Innovation Fund, saw its largest single-day net inflow on Tuesday of this week, adding $92 million more in new cash and boosting the fund to a total of $334 million that fund is up to now. $334 million. Year to date, every single one of ARK's 40 holdings has dropped over 10%, meaning SARK investors have been seeing nice profits so far. Guess what? Wherever profits are, people are going to start flooding it, right? And so obviously, if you go back at this time last year, there was great profits in ARK funds, so everybody was flooding in. And now you're in the situation where SARK, the shorting of ARK, is like seeing these inflows go insane. Okay, absolutely insane. But this isn't stopping Cathie Wood from putting money where her mouth is. We use volatility to our advantage, she says. Okay, so this is. Gosh, man, this is going to get messy. That's all I'm going to say about this. Okay. Like I said, we've gone from this situation in a matter of a year where it was, peak FOMO. And when I say peak FOMO, it was all about going long, whatever it was, the most speculative stocks and things like that. And that was January of last year. And it started to come to a close in February and then really started to drop off as the springtime, summertime went on. And as we know, now we're just at 0% FOMO for going long, right? And now we're at this stage where literally we're seeing peak FOMO for shorting and going puts and everything like that. Like the put volume has been insane. And for shorting these stocks. And I don't think they quite realize the situation they're setting themselves up into. When it comes to Cathie Wood stocks, okay, so CathieWoodStocks.com, which is my website, which tracks Cathie Wood's largest positions on a daily basis and shows you essentially how much is their market value, their weights, and those sorts of things. So if you want to keep that open on your desktop, you can always keep it open, CathieWoodStocks.com. And what we're going to find here is every single one of Cathie Wood stocks has pretty much already been devastated. Tesla reported ridiculously great numbers and great guidance, and obviously that stock sold off heavy. Teladoc's right around a 52-week low. Zoom's right around a 52-week low. Roku's been devastated. Coinbase has been devastated. Almost every single stock, Cathie Wood owns in her fund, right, has been devastated. You look at Square, which is now called Block, right? Shopify, all these stocks All these stocks have been decimated, absolutely decimated. And here you have all of a sudden now everybody going max short Cathie Wood stocks. And it's like, I don't think they quite understand. Like when this baby flips, whether that's in a month from now or 2 months from now or 3 months from now, that's all a debate, right? When does a stock market bottom out, flip the other way? They got to understand, like even if we all of a sudden get a 5% or 10% move up, a lot of these stocks are going to move 30, 40, 50, 60%, and they can do that in a matter of a week or two. We'll end up seeing short squeezes like we've never seen. And I've seen some pretty strong short squeezes before. But I'm telling you, in a lot of these beaten down dog stocks, and with everybody piling in, max shorting, I'm telling you, we're going to set ourselves up in a volatile situation where we'll see short squeezes like we have never seen before. Just like we have saw over the past year, moves to the downside in countless stocks. Like there's more stocks down 50% plus in the NASDAQ than we've ever seen that are at 52, if you look at the past 52 weeks, right? More stocks down 50% plus than we've ever seen. And that's because things got way overinflated to the upside, right? And I've never seen that happen before, and we've seen that play out. And now we're going to set ourselves up in this market to see short squeezes like we have never seen before. And I've seen some pretty darn epic ones, and I've seen some pretty darn epic short squeezes, including the one coming out of the Rona crash. A lot of that was short squeeze driven, where shorts were maxing out in March of 2020 because it looked like everything was bad. They were short and short and short and left and right? And then next thing you know, market flipped, snap of fingers. We started going up. Shorts kept shorting as it was going up. Oh, it's going to go back down. It never went back down. They got just obliterated in that situation. And oh man, I don't know when this baby flips, but when it does, we will see short squeezes like we've never ever seen before, okay? By the way, check out this picture. Does anybody know who that is? Okay? Does anybody know who that is? That's all I got. Let me know in the comment section who that individual is there, okay? So next thing up I want to talk about is TTCF, and I'm going to reveal some stuff that is public, not public. Let's just put it that way, okay? And so essentially, Tattooed Chef, by the way, if you're wondering why that stock got hit today, wasn't just the market went down today. I explained this, okay? So essentially, Big K-Dog, he made a decision to load back up on stocks yesterday, and he bought a huge amount of money. He put a huge amount of money in TTCF. He announced that to everybody. And today, from my understanding, from the information that is fed to me, he sold off it completely. He sold out of almost everything, including that. And so, all of a sudden, next thing you know, that stock just fell through the floor, essentially. When you add that selling pressure on, plus if other people followed him in that move, and they all sold out all at once, and that's why I said in that video, I said, don't trust a move like that. I'm like, he could easily be out tomorrow or the next day. Sure enough, he's out, right? And so, yeah, nonetheless, it ended up being kind of a really bad day. But for Tattooed Chef, it's been just a rough go at it when it comes to the stock price, as with pretty much everything that's small cap related, right? But some photos are out there on the internet. Let's just put it like that, okay? It wasn't like these were sent directly to me. They're just out there on the internet. And somebody from my Discord chat found these in another Discord chat out there in the world. Let's just call it that. I don't know if these photos were shared out on Twitter or if these photos were shared on Facebook, or I don't know where, the original source was from. None of my business. I don't really care, but it's publicly out there now, okay? So let's go ahead and look at these pictures. Okay, baby. We got vegan wood-fired pizzas coming, okay? New products. We've got breakfast burritos coming. Alrighty, new products. Okay. Alrighty. What else do we have coming? Mexican entrees. Okay, we know Tattoo Chef already has a couple of those. It looks like there's going to be more coming. I wish the photo was clearer, by the way, but they're not. We can just kind of see the gist of it. We got new organic vegetables coming. Alrighty, very nice, very nice. These look like all frozen products, by the way. Quesadillas are coming, and burrito products are coming. All right, so this is nonetheless, this is pretty darn exciting. No, there weren't any photos of new snack products or nutritional bars or anything like that. That might be coming, next quarter or something like that. But this is a thing of beauty to see. That's all I'm going to say about that. This is a thing of beauty to see, and I'm pretty confident we're going to see these slides in full view probably within the next month or two. And probably start seeing these products on store shelves. And see, the thing with TTCF is, they have all the new categories coming over this next year, right? Snacks, they've talked about nutritional bars, meal replacement bars, all those sorts of things. That's really dang exciting. But just the frozen food opportunity for this company is ridiculously huge. They're still at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the frozen food category. Like, I think the short sellers in the stock think like, well, with TTCF, like that's it, right? Like the products they have they don't even understand how many SKUs are coming. And I've tried to explain this to them a few times now. Whereas if you're a big frozen food company, you in a grocery store or something like that, you can have 40, 50, 60 SKUs. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Never mind a TTCF, they could end up with even more than that over time. Because this is what we see is the sell-through is disgusting for TTCF, and they're selling through like, no one ever has sold through pretty much in the frozen food space that we've seen, at least, right? So it's nothing short of tremendous. And so this is just some dang good news, okay? So that's some dang good news that, you're not going to really find out there too much, okay? Now look at this, okay? This chart is startling. Remember I just talked about the whole SARK situation, right? So if we think about Tattoo Chef over the past year, what's been going on with the underlying fundamentals of the company? It is better than it's ever been before, right? A year ago, Tattoo Chef was in hardly any grocery stores, had hardly any SKUs anywhere. Now all of a sudden they're in almost every grocery store you want to be in. They have massive SKU expansion all over the place. It's becoming a brand that is all of a sudden like very known and hyped and exciting overnight, right? The fundamentals of the company, revenue, everything's trended ridiculously well. Phenomenal, right? But what has happened over the past year, while everything's been great with the business, is the stock prices fell through the floor. We all know that, right? Meanwhile, look at this. This is the green line, days to cover, right? Days to cover on loan. Days to cover on loan has gone through the roof. Okay? So basically what you have is a stock price that's been devastated, company fundamentals that are gone like straight through the roof, like couldn't be better for this company, and days to cover on loan have gone through the roof also. So this is a stock that is setting up to potentially have one of the most epic short squeezes we'll ever see. That's all I'm going to say about this, because you have the fundamental stories intact. That is so darn exciting, it's ridiculous. The days to cover on loans gone through the roof. The stock price has gone through the floor. If this just starts getting some buying pressure from a few big hedge funds, oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. The move will be beyond epic in that sort of situation. And so, it's just one of those where I'm sitting back just watching this whole story play out, and all I'm doing is buying shares and loading up on more shares. And the thing that's the most hilarious about this situation is you have folks like me that are loading the boat on shares and just continue to as it goes down. And we're not selling no matter what. Like, I don't care. This stock could go to 20 tomorrow in a short squeeze. I'm not selling one dang share. I could care less. And that's the way most of us longs that are long TTCF feel, especially all those big ones. We don't freaking care. Like, this stock could go to 25 in a short squeeze. In a month, I'm not selling a share in this stock. So it would just squeeze worse and worse and worse. And it's just, it's almost comical at this point in time. It's borderline scary. That's all I'll say about it. It's borderline scary. And the shorts have no clue what they're in for in a situation like this. And they're going to end up getting burned like they always do. When it comes to longs, we can get burned in the short term, down 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, something like that. But as long as we're right about the fundamentals of the company, which I'm 100% confident, actually I'm more confident today than I've ever been at any point in my life when it comes to TTCF and the fundamental story there. As long as we're right about this baby, this short squeeze will be among the most epic we've ever seen in any stock ever. So as far as me, I know a lot of people are wondering kind of where I'm at with TTCF. I hold right now almost 85,000 shares of TTCF now. It is very, very possible I could take my position over 100,000 shares of TTCF. And it's possible if this baby keeps going down, I might just buy out the whole dang company myself and just own it, man. But anyways, woo! Woo! That's all I got to say about that. There's a little something coming for him. That's all I'll say about that, guys. So anyways, much love. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We got some very interesting news. Apple's trying to save this whole stock market right now. Also, if you're looking to apply to join Financial Fortress, check out pinned comment down there. Much love and have a great day.